You ready to let the dogs out?
What?
Do what?
From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Join Pet Pals TV's Patty Spitler as we celebrate our furry friends.
Cats, dogs, and all the critters in your family.
Celebrate the bond between pets and people and meet Hoosier heroes saving four-legged lives.
I love it. Good. I'm glad.
It's the Positively Patty podcast.
I can't wait anymore. Me neither.
Now, your host, here's Wish TV contributor Patty Spitler.
From Wish TV, I'm Pet Pals TV host Patty Spitler. This is the Positively Patty podcast on the All Indiana Podcast Network. And coming up on this amazing episode, we're talking with Kelsey Burton. Kelsey Burton is the executive director of Paws and Think, taking therapy dogs to locations and to people all over central Indiana. Now, with the pandemic, how has that changed? What are the new obstacles she's had to overcome? And what does the future hold for the 20th anniversary of Paws and Think? And now on the Positively Patty podcast, my friend and a person I'm very, very proud of. Wonderful work she does. She's smiling. And so is her little dog, too. Here's Kelsey Burton and Pipsqueak, the executive director of Paws and Think. Well, not Pipsqueak.
I know, it sounded like Pipsqueaks.
Maybe she is in charge. And Kelsey Burton, tell us, Pipsqueak's in your lap here now, and you go everywhere with her. She's a therapy dog and more. Tell us about Pipsqueak.
Yeah, so Pipsqueak is 1.8 pounds, so she's very, very little. But she is a therapy dog with Paws and Think, believe it or not. So she is special needs, and she kind of proves that, dogs of all abilities can give back to the community. So. Right. She's honestly, she's my little inspiration. She's a little fighter. She really is. So I'm really proud of her. I can't believe how proud I am of a teeny tiny little being.
And she's had some health issues lately.
She's had a lot. Yeah, she had a pretty big surgery this summer, and it was pretty scary. We weren't sure if she was going to make it through, and she just keeps. Fighting. Just every day. So, and she's just so dang happy. She just loves her life and loves people. And this morning, just being able to leave because we haven't been able to do as much therapy work, she was thrilled. So happy.
Right. Where did you get her? She's a rescue.
She is. Well, they're not around anymore, but it was a rescue up in Wisconsin. Okay. So a puppy mill that was trying to breed dogs way too small, because the smaller the dog, the more money they can charge. And what comes with that a lot of times are health issues, which Pip has a plethora of. Yeah.
Well, and that's one thing. I'm pretty liberal about everything and try to see both sides, but puppy mills, wrong.
Yep.
They breed for the money and not for the love of the breed.
Yep.
And it really, really breaks your heart when you see what some of the dogs have to go through. Yep. The lucky ones get saved,
right.
After they're done breeding, but many of them aren't that lucky. So let's go on to some positive things on the Positively Patty podcast, again with Kelsey Burton with Paws and Think. And also, we want to talk about the rescue itself. Let's begin with, what is a therapy dog? Tell me about that.
Yeah, so Paws and Think, we work with therapy dogs, and these are the type of dogs that love to work with all sorts of kind of people. So a service dog, is trained to work with one person and to help them with, a skill set or something that they need help with.
It can be a seen or unseen condition.
Exactly. Yep.
The disability or whatever, or whatever help the person, the human needs. Sometimes to say, well, I don't see that they need a guide dog, or sometimes it's something unseen, post-traumatic stress disorder or something else. Go ahead.
Exactly. And so while they're trained to work with one dog, therapy dogs are trained to work with all people. So instead of working with one type of person, or one single person, they work with all types. So the dogs that are therapy dogs have an awesome temperament. Obviously, they love people. They have their basic skills down, so they do have to come already knowing their basic manners before they take our therapy skills classes. And then we teach them how to, work around medical equipment. How do they work around IVs, around wheelchairs, walkers, and get them really comfortable with just being around that kind of stuff that maybe they don't see every day.
And you go to hospitals, schools, when you could. We'll talk about that next. So where do you take your dogs?
Yeah, we go, really just about everywhere in central Indiana. So schools, libraries, elder care and senior centers, and a whole lot of hospitals around here as well. We also have a crisis response team. So when a crisis happens in the community, they call us. We have on-call teams that are specially trained, and they show up. Like the Noblesville shooting, for instance, was probably one of the most, well-known ones that we responded
These
to.
are kids, students who may have trouble talking to each other
Yep.
or to their teacher or their family, but you know what? You'll talk to a dog.
They will, and the teachers and the parents and the staff, they needed it just as much as the kids. So it was, my little Pip, she was there and she sat on a little girl's lap, and the little girl just started talking to her and finally started talking about what happened. And it's those kind of moments that make any of the hard stuff we have to do, worth it. It's just, they're breakthrough moments.
Oh. And another one, which is one of my favorite stories of 2020, as we say goodbye to 2020, was with Ellie,
Yeah.
the young lady. She just turned 17 now.
Unbelievable.
But she has brain cancer, and I know that your team went in to St. Vincent.
Yep, she is at Peyton Manning Children's Hospital.
And
Yep.
would go in, and she loved all the dogs, but there's one in particular she really loved, and it helped her to get through her chemo and all the things that she had to go through.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and again, that's one of those, it's not just her. We got a heartfelt thank you from her mom about how much that meant to their entire family to know that we were there and we were supporting them. And, right now we're doing virtual calls, but I still get to see Ellie, virtually. And so, when she's stuck at home and not able to do anything at all because of, her being high risk, she lights up when she sees, me and Pip and some of the crew, on the other side of the screen.
Okay, so that you led me right into it. Nice job there, Kelsey. Since you can't go into hospitals and schools and locations now, and it's not the dogs that can't go in, it's the handlers.
Right.
People can't be around other people that, for the most part, to stay safe. You're doing virtual now. Someone wants to get a hold of you. First off, it would be pawsandthink.org.
Correct.
And then explain how the virtual process works with the dogs and someone who needs them.
Yeah, so in January, we'll start our new program, which will open up to the public. So it won't just be our program partners that can do the virtual visits. So we'll have more about that, and there'll be sign up, and certain weeks we'll focus on different types of subsets of populations. So 1 week maybe we'll focus on all senior citizens. So that's the week that we want them to sign up, and then our volunteers will be trained to work with that population. Because what we've seen is, as much as our program partners need this, the general population is hungry for it as much, if not more. We're all in a mental health crisis right now, and so anything we can do to help, we want to be able to do that.
Isn't that interesting that something so devastating as this COVID-19, but out of it comes, hey, let's come up with a new idea.
Right. Oh,
here's something
a million
we can
of
do.
them.
It's amazing how creative we've become because we had to.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes it's maybe for the better. So you can even reach more people, because here's the other thing. People think, oh, it's 2020 and it's gone and everything's going to be fine the next day. We're still going to have to stay safe. The safeguards are still going to stay in place. So for you, you're still not going to be able to go out and go into these locations.
Right.
Am I right?
Right. And so, besides virtual visits, we've made, cardboard cutouts of dogs that we've put around our facilities, and some of the facilities have cheered when we've dropped them off, because it just, again, it's that personal touch, knowing somebody cares about them, that we haven't forgotten about them. We've done window visits, through the windows at elder care facilities and parades, and we've written cards to the people at the senior centers. And we've just been really creative and tried to continue to support our community. And yeah, it's, unfortunately, it's not just going to go away overnight tonight. And so we're going to have to, continue, like you said, to be safe and continue to support that mental health need that we have.
Okay, pawsandthink.org again. That's how to get a hold of Kelsey and her group. Also, for folks, we mentioned this before, everybody says, oh, my dog can be a therapy dog. No, not all dogs can be a therapy dog. Also, you probably should wait until they're a little bit older, because puppies aren't the same as a grown-up dog. When they're grown up, then you know what their personality's like.
Exactly.
But what I also like there's a lot of things I like about your group. Another thing is you don't discriminate against breeds.
Correct.
You've got Newfoundlands, you've got little Pipsqueak here,
Yep.
you've got big, little, all different types.
And we have pitties and Dobermans and some of those breeds that, some other organizations may be fearful of. We're looking at the dog as an individual. We aren't looking at them based on their breed.
And they go through evaluations. And how often do they do that?
Every 2 years, and that's the best practice, is to retest them, because dogs' personalities can change. They can stop enjoying the work. They can maybe get sick or old or sore. Some of us, when we get older, maybe don't want to
Wait a
work
minute, you
as
look
much.
at me. Some of us when we get older. I saw that. She's looking at me. Okay.
No way.
And how many is that in dog years? We won't talk about that. Okay, so you make sure that the dog is still willing and is enjoying his
Right.
work.
Yep. And still able to do all of the skills, right? And that's so important. Our biggest, mantra is to advocate for your dog. We want to make sure that the dog enjoys the work, they like what they're doing, and they're not being forced to do anything just because the person, wants their dog to be a therapy
and
dog.
we run into that a lot. Don't you? Oh, he wants to do this. No, he doesn't want to do this.
So
And that's fine.
We do a ton of education on body language and stress signals and all of that kind of stuff.
It's funny, and also they should be a good representative for their breed. You mentioned
Exactly.
like Dobermans and Pitties.
Yep.
And look at here. This is a good doggy.
Yep.
Good personality skill and good handler and good all the way around. Where do you find these people? Do they find you or do you find them?
A little of both. I
Okay.
mean, most people find us. They search. We are the largest provider of therapy dogs in Central Indiana. So, if they search for that, we come up. But sometimes when we're out and about, if we see a dog with just an awesome personality, we hand them a card. A lot of our volunteers do that for us as well. They meet someone and say, I'm a therapy team with Paws and Think. Your dog is showing, just all the classic signs of would love this work. So check it out. And there's just a lot of work that goes into it. It's a commitment, for our volunteers. They are really an elite group of people and dogs.
You mentioned volunteers here, but you still, even for a nonprofit, you need money to survive. You've got big issues facing you and a 20th anniversary coming up
We
this
do.
year.
Yeah, we're really excited that this
Wow.
next year is our 20th year. So, I mean, that's
This year?
exciting. 2021.
21.
Yep. Is the it's tough around the end of the year, right? But yeah, it's the 20th year that we've been around, and we've done so many amazing things in that amount of time, and we've literally helped hundreds of thousands of people.
Hundreds? How many did you say?
Hundreds of thousands. I mean,
thousands.
yeah, last year was 60,000 people that we serve. So, I mean, we are just continue to grow and serve people, and we can't do any of that without our volunteers, our staff, our board of directors. And yeah, we do absolutely need, financial support to be able to do what we do. Unfortunately, everything costs money in this world.
I know.
And we, have gracious donors who support our programming and make sure that we can continue to be where we need to be.
But you can always use more support.
Of
And
course.
monetary is not a bad thing. to
Yep,
help you.
and volunteers, and and we're hopeful for when things open up a little bit more that we're going to be able to meet the need, because we have a pretty big wait list. Places that want us, and so right now we're still doing classes and evaluations, but they're so small because of social distancing that it'll take us a minute to catch up.
Right. So here we are, 2021, and besides virtual, what else are you looking to do to expand? Just to reach out further, maybe you're based Central Indiana. Would you
Right.
like to expand to other areas?
Right
Is that
now,
too much to do?
we have slowly started to do that, but our strategic plan for right now is to really focus on Central Indiana and fill all these needs we have, because we haven't filled all the needs yet. We also need our own space, so we'll be looking at that, our own training space. We graciously have spaces donated to us, which is awesome, but there are some stipulations around when we can use it, and if we're going to meet the need, we need to be able to have a place that is accessible all the time.
But the good news is you're not getting smaller. You're growing.
Oh, yeah, we're getting
You're getting
bigger.
stronger,
Yeah.
Bigger. Well, Pipsqueak's not getting
No,
bigger,
she's
but
done.
everybody else is getting bigger, and there's no end in sight for
No,
you.
yeah, I mean, it's scientifically proven that this works, and so we're going to keep doing that. We do a lot of research around best practices. They do change sometimes, so we adapt. We continue to add new trainings for our volunteers. We continue to assess what the community needs and then meet that need. It's not, hey, we want to do these programs. It's what does the community need for us to do.
Oh, and another program you mentioned, I don't want to let you go without this. You also go into detention homes, locations, institutes, and help with these generally young men?
Yeah, the demographic is usually 15 to 18-year-old black males are
Okay.
the most common in our program.
And these young men then get to train shelter dogs to be good dogs, so they'll get adopted.
Exactly.
And then the good news is for the young men, they learn positive skills as well.
They do. Then they learn empathy and they learn patience. That's a big one. Patience. We have to talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
And they get so connected with these dogs. Plus, they're the kids are in a scary time. They're incarcerated. They're away from their family, and this dog shows up for them every day. Our volunteers volunteers show up for them every day, and it gives them a little sense of I'm not alone throughout this, and maybe I should make better decisions in my life. We talk about decision making a lot and how the dogs have decisions that they get to make and what the results are from those decisions. So we do go into the detention center, and luckily we've been able to keep that program going in 2020. We had to take a little break, but we also had the chance to make some training videos, so we can share those when we aren't able to be in the facility.
Okay. Well, in 2021 here, I'm looking to do more stories with you for Pet Pals TV. Lots of good stories. I want to revisit the detention youth too.
Yep.
And of course the 20th anniversary for Paws and Think. It's just amazing. You do such good work, and I know it takes a lot of dedication, but love.
I love it.
You love it.
I love it. I love everything. Yeah, I love everything. I love the volunteers. I love our donors. I love our staff. Yeah, it's kind of a dream job for me.
And you love your husband too.
Of course, yes. I wouldn't be able to do this without him backing me for sure.
Isn't that the truth? You need the support of those with you. So, all right, we thank you very much. Appreciate what you do. I love what you do. Love Pipsqueak.
Hello,
you. Pipsqueak.
I know she's fallen asleep. I think.
She fell asleep. She goes, Mom's still talking.
I know. She's so sick of my voice.
But we're not, so there you go.
Well,
PawsandThink.org. Contact Kelsey. You will see more of her, as I said, with her dogs and her training and her affiliation to Paws and Think. So lots of good coming up, we hope. We pray for 2021.
Yes.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you.
All right. And we'll see you next time on Positively Patty Podcast. So, again, this has been Positively Patty Podcast from Wish TV. Patty Spittler here, and we invite you, of course, be sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast so I can be in your ear all the time. Wouldn't that be fun? And check out the new updates every single week. You can also learn more at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook.
Discover more pet-friendly stories at petpalstv.com and stay with Wish TV online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast and discover more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.